guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Not that long ago I did a frequently asked questions about service dogs. In that video I said I would also do emotional support animals and therapy dogs, so today we're doing emotional support animals. I do want to put a little disclaimer, I personally don't have an emotional support animal, so I did have to look up some of these answers just because I can't really speak from personal preference. I also did ask people that I know that have emotional. What is an emotional support animal? So an emotional support animal is a companion that provides comfort and support to someone with a mental illness or a phobia even sometimes, or an emotional disability. The biggest example I can give is depression or anxiety. Some people have anxiety being home alone. How do I qualify for an emotional support animal? You have to have a recommendation / a recommendation letter from a health provider. So in that letter it basically says you have a disability. It doesn't say what the disability is that needs an emotional support animal. Under federal law, this is the only legitimate way to qualify for an emotional support animal. Do I need a certificate, an ID, or even a vest for an emotional support animal? So for an emotional support animal, the only documentation you need is just that recommendation letter. You don't have to have an ID. Basically any kind of assistant dog as far as I'm aware, but your dog still has to be registered for your state and still has to be vaccinated like any other dog, whether it's just a pet or an assistant animal. Can an emotional support animal go into the public? No. They do not have public access rights. The only ones that do are therapy dogs and service dogs. Therapy dogs are a different kind of listing than service dogs. They have less public access rights than a service animal, but they have more compared to emotional support animals. So emotional support animals are supposed to stay home. Do emotional support animals need special training? So no, they technically don't need any special kind of training because they aren't a task trained like a service dog. It's recommended that they're at least obedience trained because then they can provide the comfort that you need. What laws do emotional support animals fall under? So emotional support animals fall under two categories: the Fair Housing Act and the Air Carrying Access Act. That was a struggle to say. Can I qualify for more than one emotional support animal? So this actually isn't that uncommon and you can qualify for it. Basically in that recommendation letter, your health provider just has to state that there is a need for more than one for that to be possible. Each emotional support animal has to have a documentation to make them valid. One thing with this that I know with the airlines is airlines are allowed to say only one emotional support animal per passenger. So definitely talk to your airline before you try to bring more than one. What kind of therapist can write an emotional support animal recommendation letter? So it can either be written by a licensed healthcare provider or a licensed medical health provider. It could be a psychologist. I hope I said that right. Licensed counselors are another example. Basically, as long as they have a license in the medical field. Should I get my emotional support animal before or after I get the recommendation letter? So technically there's not a right way or wrong way. Some people will get the letter and then go find an emotional support animal, or some people already have their animal and make it the emotional support animal. There's not really a wrong or right way, whichever way you prefer. So what is in the recommendation letter, and will it give away my disability? Basically, it'll say that you just have a disability. It won't say your specific disability and that you need this emotional support animal. On the letter, it'll have the contact information of the professional that recommended the letter. Just in case you need that, that's a way to help you. They can be like, yes, this is a for sure thing, without having to go through your medical records, giving away your disability, any of that. Can a landlord charge a fee or a deposit for an ESA? So no. So with that Fair Housing Act, they cannot. They fall that they're not a pet. Even if there is a fee for a pet, your emotional support animal isn't a pet, so you don't have to charge a pet fee even if there is one. Alrighty guys, so that is everything that I found that people do ask a lot. I know emotional support animals are a little bit different and a little bit harder to understand than service dogs, but if you guys have any more questions, I would definitely do everything I can to answer them. Hope this helped a little bit, even if it just gave a little bit more information about emotional support animals. It technically helps. So if you guys liked it, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button down below. It would mean a lot to me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.